In the equity quadrant, taking a look at the Nasdaq futures contract, which had a late drop, and it was a dramatic drop. The Nasdaq started dropping mid-morning into the Fed announcement and then accelerated after the rate cut by 25 basis points by the FOMC. The high today, 22,387.75. That was actually up about 1/3 of 1%. We were just below the flat line through a lot of the morning. And then, of course, we got the move down to where the lows are right now, which is 2.4% lower at around 21,799.25. But there is still a little bit of time left in the session, and we are trading on those lows in the futures. The cash is actually coming in toward the close down about 2.5%, so we still could get quite a bit more pressure. Obviously, the data that moved markets, the FOMC meeting, they had a hawkish 25 basis point rate cut, and it took the wind out of yesterday's new all-time high. Yesterday, we got a new all-time high in the futures, and then actually, we finished a little bit lower than the open. Of course, it was a transition to a new contract, but then we got the move down today, and that was after the FOMC cut 25 basis points, but raised their inflation expectation for 2024, cut the expectation for the number of rate cuts that they're going to have in 2025, and talked about a labor market that they believe was still cooling, but maybe not as quickly. The dot plots were clearly the key here, and those dot plots shifted towards slightly higher rates and a slightly higher neutral rate. We also had the dollar rally to its highest aggregate level since 2022. The 2-year yield jumped by 10 basis points post FOMC. The 5-year jumped by 13 basis points, the 10-year by 10, and the 30-year by 6 basis points, indicating a slightly stronger economy and a slightly higher rate trajectory of rates. All of this was clearly a disappointment to markets, with the Nasdaq the worst performer of the big three.